Hi, I'm Sanchez, and welcome to the Sanchez Review. Today we'll be talking about Pines by Blake Crouch. Now Pines is actually, let's get in the right mood. That's better. Pines is actually part of a trilogy. The first book, the one I'm talking about today, is Pines. It's a science fiction, horror, thriller story. Now usually I like adventure books, which I probably what I do most in this my review, but I'm open to any kind of literature actually. The story begins with Secret Service Agent Ethan Burke. Ethan has an accident and he wakes up next to the river in the town called Wayward Pines in Idaho. Now, little by little he starts remembering who he is and how he got there. When he gets to town, he realizes that everything's very quaint, very Pleasantville, if you remember that movie. And everybody seems to be stuck in the 50s. They have rotary phones. Nobody's ever heard of an iPhone. I mean, I have two. Other one is over there. Nobody believes his story. He has no ID. He doesn't really remember how he got there exactly. And the sheriff, he's not a nice guy. Sheriff Pope. No relation to Olivia Pope from Scandal, by the way. It's a pretty awesome show. Check it out. Ethan went to Wayward Pines on a mission to find two Secret Service agents disappeared about a month ago, or I can't remember now, a few months ago maybe. Anyways, when he gets to town, the sheriff, nobody knows where the agents are, and for some reason he cannot communicate to the outside world. His phone calls are not going through, not to his wife, not to his Secret Service superiors, and he can't leave the town. He has no car, and every time he's trying to leave the town, he ends up going back into town. So yeah, Twilight Zone music, please. Exactly. It's very freaky. Like I said, it's a horror story / science fiction. Now, I like the story. I think it's well written. It's fast paced. He spends about, I don't know, 30 pages, seems like at least, of the book just being chased by something or someone, which kind of drags it on a little bit. I mean, I understand it builds attention, but I think this one chase scene that I can't really tell you about because then I'll divulge a lot, that it's just prolonged for a long time and it kind of takes a little from the book. So I like the story. Like I said, it builds tension. You don't know what's going to happen, or you kind of try to figure it out. Okay, why is this town so creepy? Why are the nurses wearing 50s uniforms? Why is there technology from like the 80s or before? It's eerie, and you get that feeling when you're reading it. So it's well written in that sense. However, some of the things don't add up, and I can't really reveal much. That's the problem, because the main part of the book is once you know what's going on, and it's an ingenious idea in a way, and I understand, but it also, I don't know, it kind of doesn't make sense. So I'll give this book 3 stars. I would have given it 4, but again, the ending, it's the twist, it's not very believable for many ways. And if you want to know more about it, you can stay after this is done and watch for spoilers. But please remember, if you don't want any spoilers, do not keep watching. You've been warned. Somewhere I think in the 80s, I can't remember right now, but this professor, David Pilcher, he figured out that the human genome, or the human DNA is changing, and we're evolving into something pretty nasty. So this guy, who was I guess a billionaire by then, he decides to save part of humanity, because apparently we're going to be extinct pretty quickly. So he kidnaps essentially 600 people. And he finds this little town in Idaho that's secluded because of the wall by the mountains. And anyways, he spends all his money and he builds this little town that's kind of the last colony on Earth. Now Ethan Burke and everybody else has been suspended, or I guess suspended in a sort of like a coma for 1,814 years. Yeah, you didn't see that coming, did you? When he finds out, of course, Ethan doesn't believe it, but Pilcher takes him to where things used to be, and the Secret Service office used to be, and he tells him this strange creatures that attack him. They call them abbeys for aberrations are kind of smart. These aberrations are creepy creatures that I guess is this next humanity stage of evolution. There are millions of them, and they pretty much kill anything in sight. They're like albino super monkeys, I think. So here's the thing I don't like about the story or the ending. How did one guy, I mean, I guess he had a lot of money, but how did one guy kidnap 600 people, build this huge metroplex in caverns, and how did the United States government did not know anything about this? It seems kind of far-fetched. I get it, I haven't read the whole series, only book one. Maybe Crouch explains it everything, but he doesn't really hint at it in this book. So all I have to work with is just this explanation by Pilcher, that he built this whole thing, that he has all these machines and capabilities to freeze people for a long time. But again, it seems kind of far-fetched that one guy can pull this off with no government's knowing about it. So yeah. Also, it's pretty convenient that he kidnaps Ethan's family. I mean, I don't think he did that for everybody else. Why his family in particular? Why does he care about his family? So yeah, again, the story's great. I mean, it's a good read. It keeps you entertained, but the twist, while ingenious and different, it's kind of far-fetched. For now, like I said, maybe there's more to it as the other books come along. On a side note, the first book is being turned into a TV show starring Matt Dillon, and it's being directed by M. Night Shyamalan, which you'll know, of course, from The Sixth Sense.
I see dead people.
And most recently for ending Will Smith's career. Yeah, I said that. Anyways, thanks for watching. Again, if you want to buy the book, please do so to the link below here, because that way I'll get a few cents for your purchase. Thank you.